This week on The Grind, we're in the heart of North Dakota, hunting a flooded wheat field for widgeon and mallards at North Country Guide Service.
I yearn for a place to call my own. I'm going home. Say what you will, I'll be better for it still. I've been wondering what you're doing with your time, just to get you off my mind. I'm in the grind.
The Grind Waterfowl TV is brought to you by Dakota Decoy, premium gunning decoys for demanding hunters. Lucky Duck, masters of deception. Kent Cartridge, quality matters and performance counts. Mud Buddy, the king of mud motors. Excel, the boat to own. Cornerstone Gundog Academy, the most accessible online retriever training program. Yoder Smokers, handcrafted in the heartland. Sitka Gear, turning clothing into gear. Rig 'em Right Waterfowl, the industry leader in specialty waterfowl products. OnX Hunt, know where you stand. Benelli, simply perfect. And these fine sponsors. This segment is brought to you by Kent Cartridge.
Well, we are on day 2 here in North Dakota with Rick Darling and North Country Guide Service, and Rick went out and found us another little water hole. He knows we like ducks, so I think we've got the same thing this morning. We didn't actually scout with him, but I think we've got a little transitional pond that they're hitting to feed, hitting the water, walking up to feed. So we're chasing North Dakota ducks this morning, day 2.
God, I love North Dakota.
That'd be a hide, wouldn't it?
Yeah. If it's dry, it looks, that's water though. Water? You can see where they've been. My scare is that if we go back here with this wind, they'll slide past us up into this little hole. What are you thinking, boss? Pretty sloppy here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've got a southwest wind and we got a nice, beautiful dry spot over here for the blind. But this little wet spot runs west quite a ways, and we don't want to get too far east for fear that the ducks are going to slide right past us coming up into this upper hole here. So we're trying to figure out really where to put the blind first, and then we'll get the decoys out. How about here, Rick? We can scatter some here, some up in here with the spinners out in front. It's dry right here. If we got decoys here and spinners here, they should slide up to them, shouldn't they? Instead of hitting short.
If we're worried about them stopping short.
I'm worried about them going long if we set down here.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
Getting down into here.
This nice grassy, if we had blind here, we can scatter decoys there, full bodies up in here. Liking that? What do you think, Ace?
Yeah, we'll go right.
Nice and dry right here.
Yeah, we'll set it right here in this kind of
Put decoys out in this grassy area.
grassy area, and then right on the,
Just a bunch of full bodies right here.
yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I always joke with Rick. Rick is a decoy man. He loves a lot of decoys. And this particular hunt, we actually held him down a little bit.
Put 18 decoys out and 3 spinners and have coffee and tell jokes. Yep.
18 dozen.
We're gonna set up a bunch of full bodies here, and we got Dakota's new duck full body. They're mallard. They went to one-piece design, which is really nice. No more heads to worry about. Just all one piece, easy to grab, move around if you have to. Heck of a setup.
I think you're right, Rick, with all these full bodies and the spinners as well. We don't need any floaters, do we?
Well, we've got a similar setup to yesterday. Some sheet water in a wet field. a little bigger sheet wire this time. So we're gonna set up 4 or 5 HDs and a couple super luckies and just let them spin. There's not many geese around. We'll have them on remote just in case. But overall, I think it's gonna be more of a duck shoot than a goose shoot.
Just like yesterday, Rick was out scouting, and these little flooded patches out in the middle of these fields. So the beauty of these Onyx programs, I mean, he fired it up and you can see, I mean, you literally can see the low spot in the field here. And we got a water hole over here that might be holding some birds, but we are set up on this, just this one little low patch in the field. And they've had so much rain, Rick knew there was water, so he walked out there and boom, that's where the ducks were. So you can find landowners and you can also use the topographical feature of it. It's the most valuable tool we've got right now. It's awesome.
This segment is brought to you by Lucky Duck Premium Decoys.
Thank you.
Since this wetland was only a few inches deep, the spread was simple but novel. 5 dozen Dakota full-body mallards, 4 lucky HDs, and a few floaters. Now we just needed to add birds.
We're on day 2 here in North Dakota with Rick Darling and North Country Guide Service, and we've kind of got the same scenario we had yesterday. We got this one's actually been chisel plowed, but a little low spot in the field that, with all the rain, filled up with water. And the ducks are coming in, hitting these, and then kind of walking up and feeding. So it's a little transitional pond, but Rick knows we like ducks, so we always try to find us a little water hole. Tim's favorite kind of hunting, right, Tim?
Absolutely.
And it is now officially shooting time. Oh, ducks. Drake in hand. Hank. I think I got 2. Didn't I?
You got 2.
Thanks, Tim. Good, good. Oh, he sees it. Good, good, good boy. Boy, that's a nice drake. Here, Hankster, kennel up, kennel. I like that close range tube. The boys from Carlson sent me a new tube. They sent me their new close range tube, or a close range tube. I think they've had them for a while, but Rick's got these ducks coming in here at about 10 yards, and Tim's shooting slugs and doing quite well, but I chose to go to an more open tube. It just got me a nice double. I don't care what the boys at the other end of this blind say.
Whatever makes you feel better.
Hey, I couldn't say it yesterday, so I'm gonna say it today. Moving later today, aren't they, Rick?
I don't like the confidence in Rick's tone.
Oh, ducks.
This morning we got set up and we were waiting on shooting time, and
as we were sitting there, we could tell, and Rick, before the sun even came up, reminded us he was nervous about the slough to the northwest of us.
Talking with Rick, and Rick made the comment, he's like, there's only one thing that might make this a difficult hunt, is there's a slough about 150 yards straight in front of us, and it's a bigger slough.
We wouldn't have been able to hunt. It was a little too big. You'd had to have boats, honestly, to hunt it correctly. And he had seen that night ducks bombing into that slough. That other little hole over there.
He said there's been birds going in there too, and that might hurt us, but we'll just have to see how these first couple flocks work.
With all this rain, you got water in all the fields, so many options.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. They sometimes choose to pick where man is not. Mm-hmm. Bambi.
Once you get a couple flocks in there and you got live birds you're competing against, it makes it really hard.
My confidence is low, I'm not gonna lie to you. So we're all getting a little nervous. The wind actually died. The sun was coming up, and my favorite duck started saving the day. The Wigeon started coming. Oh, kennel. Oh. We got ducks. Wigeon. I want to shoot over. Hey, kennel. Shoot over by Sean.
Kill it now. Kill it. Kill it.
Hank,
Good shot.
I like to give him a warning.
I feel better now. We were stuck on 2 for the longest time.
Yep.
Here. Okay, good boy. Kennel. Good. I think it's a really young drake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks
Just
like
starting.
he's starting to get a little green.
Josh here, and this is a Cornerstone Gundog Academy training tip. So today what we're going to talk about is how to get your dog or puppy to stop jumping. So this is one of those things that if you have friends that come over or family that comes over, it can be pretty embarrassing and frustrating if your dog runs over and jumps up on them. Now, first of all, it's better to stop it early on if you can. So if you've got a puppy right now and they're jumping, you're golden. Now, if you have an older dog, you can still stop it. It's just going to take a little more time because they're more conditioned to jumping. But here's what you do. You make sure you're standing on a soft surface like carpet, or maybe you're out in the yard and there's grass. And when your dog comes and jumps, or your puppy jumps, just simply stick your knee up and then let the dog bump into your knee with its chest, and it'll probably jump up again and then it'll stop. Now, if you keep doing that, eventually your dog's not going to be jumping on you. So it's important, you don't have to stick your knee up very fast, but just gently stick your knee up, let them bump into it, and over time, it's gonna help your dog to stop jumping on you.
This segment is brought to you by Mud Buddy and Excel Boats.
Wait, fine. We got our ducks coming. Nice little bunch coming from the heavens. I guess I better load. Off Rick's end, they were coming. Right in. Get him. Boy, I shot bad. I'm not gonna lie. Jeepers. You see me get hung up on my one weed? My one weed that I think is gonna make the difference. Came up with it on my gun like this.
Hey.
Hank.
I didn't even know they were here until like they were here.
I love Wigeon.
We're sitting super low.
And I shot so bad. Look at the footage.
We had a nice volley of probably about 20 ducks and we dropped about 2.
Good.
There's one out in that stubble out there.
Hank.
And then straight out past that way.
Now that, oh, I see it. I think. Is that
Yep.
a duck?
I think so.
I don't think it. Oh, clear over there?
The other side of the pond.
Hank.
He said, this is easy.
He likes this retreat. Oh. Good. Good. Good boy. I think that's it.
And there's one way behind us.
He got that one.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
So you got 3?
Yep. Kennel. Well, you boys got 3. I guarantee I didn't come within 5 yards of a duck there. My perfect shooting day is over.
I knew that was coming.
What'd he say?
First triple of the week.
That was a nice shot on that last one, Rick.
That last one was a nice shot.
Way to shoot them right over the spinners like we need you to. Killer Kane.
Yeah.
That's his new nickname, Killer Kane. That was a great shot. Boy, they got here quick, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. We're sitting so low, like we were talking, I couldn't even see them. I stood up and they're about 10 yards in my face. Oh, there they are.
If you guys have hunted field water anywhere, when Wigeon give it up, there's no circling. They come straight into the decoys. Get him. Hank.
Look at that.
Good guy. That was better.
I get asked why you like waterfowl hunting so much. And one of the major reasons I love waterfowl hunting is just the camaraderie amongst the group you're hunting with. But waterfowl is so great just because you can hunt with a group of people and really enjoy each other's company. And you know, with Rick and Bill, we always have a blast together, and the blind banter back and forth just adds to the whole hunting experience and makes for an enjoyable trip.
This segment is brought to you by Dakota Decoy.
I've known Tim, you know, for 10 years. I've got to know Bill probably the last 6 to 7 years real good. So it's more of just a buddy hunt out there. Some guys sitting off to the side with some cameras, you know, videotaping us.
Get him. Hank.
We have a lot of fun. It's really a bunch of buddies out there hunting is what it all boils down to.
I shot one and I decided to let Rick have one. Good. Good. Here, hey. Hank. These hunts are fun. 3 shooters, smaller limits. We basically took turns. You know, we weren't getting massive bunches of ducks coming into the pond, but we'd have small little bunches of 3 to 5. It makes for fun hunting. There wasn't a lot of missing going on, but boy, when someone misses, you can really get on them.
Couple widgeon?
2 widgeon. Widgeon are saving the day again. Widgeon. Oh boy, that's a beautiful widgeon. Watch a single widgeon. See the single widgeon? Where he's gonna get. Drink mallard, I guess. Jim. Hank.
You know, one of the things that you have to deal with when we're in a wet period like we are right now, where there is so much water and all the low areas are, you know, filled up and creating little sheetwater pockets, that, you know, the birds love it. I mean, they love them little freshwater things that are right located in the fields they're feeding in. But the other thing it does scatter the birds out.
And when you start getting all these little ponds and potholes forming in these fields, it's like the ducks they see that and they are everywhere. Now they get scattered a little bit, but there are, I mean, literally every piece of water you go by, you see ducks on.
So it's very important to do some extra scouting and find those areas that are holding, you know, larger numbers of birds, because all these little potholes have birds in them.
Get him, get him. Hank.
Another single.
Good shot, guys.
Bang, bang.
So basically what we were gonna have to try and do is, we knew where they were trying to get to, but I think we messed them up a little bit because they saw us over on this little water hole. It was a little tougher hunting, but we were able to pull some of the birds away from where they really wanted to be. Get them. Hank. Good shooting.
That was cool. A couple widgeon just bombed us. Took 3 shots to hit one, but that's okay.
Yeah, that worked out pretty good. Like these guys were saying, we've been so wet here. A lot of these low areas in the fields that got turned into sheetwater, little shallow sheetwater ponds. The problem you have, are you going to pick the right one? Like this thing here, it's a whole section of land, and they're using several of them in here, so you just kind of got to pick the one that you think they're going to use, and it works out all right. We haven't had any real big bunches come in, but it's just continuously singles, doubles, triples coming in, so that makes for a fun morning.
Get ready, Tim.
I got it.
Get one. Nice. Boom. Hank. Hey.
Awesome.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, bud. I'll tell you what, this fast steel is awesome. Carlson choke, 4s.
It was a near miss.
That is a nice drake.
Yeah, he's just getting
Just
some
starting.
color.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Thanks. I told you,
What
Tim.
what a way to end the morning, huh?
Rick, did I not tell you something changed over the... It's kind of scary.
Done for today. These ducks have started moving later today, and so we're done, but we're gonna sit back and just do a little extra filming and watch some of these birds just land right in our spread. So enjoy nature at its finest.
I hear hen and mallard. Oh, there she is.
Our little gentleman's hunt in North Dakota was just what we were hoping for. Beautiful weather, plentiful birds, and, most importantly, a ton of fun. While big piles of birds certainly has its place, there's something to be said about three good friends just hanging out in the rolling hills and sloughs of prairie pothole country.
You know, if you're interested in coming up this way to hunt in the north central part of North Dakota,
Give Rick a call. He's such a good person, great outfitter, just fun to be around. I mean, it'd really be an enjoyable person for you guys to hunt with.
give me a phone call, 701-351-4244. We can talk about making some plans for you to get you up here and enjoy the great waterfowl hunting this area has to offer.
So you're looking to get out in September or October, early November, give Rick a call and get something set up with him.
Next week on The Grind, we wrap up our trip to North Dakota, then head to South Dakota to hunt mallards in a blizzard.